Gynix Afrika. That's the name, Gynix Afrika. We are a women's health organization dedicated to improving the health and well-being of women and girls across communities in Africa. And it's my utmost delight to be here today in Bowen University. Thank you very much. As a way of introducing myself, I'm Godwin Oyewumi. And fun fact about me is that I was born Oyewumi Yanolua Tijesunemi Oluwasegunfunmi. I wasn't too pleased with not having an English name. So in a move of rebellion, I changed Oluwasegunfunmi. I turned it around to Godwin, and it has stuck since then. About some 3 decades ago, I was born in the Baptist Medical Center, now Bowen University Hospital, Ogbomoso, where my parents worked as nurses. I schooled at the Baptist Medical Center Staff School, now the Bowen University Hospital Staff School, and then the Godwin Baptist College, so I'm a son of the soil. One fond memory from high school that sticks was when my English teacher during the test of orals would say, the correct pronunciation is not Bowen, it's Bowen. Yeah, an exciting memory that was. Once again, it's great to be here alongside my wonderful team at Gynix Afrika. Thank you very much. Through innovative solutions, advocacy, community mobilization, and health education, we seek to radically improve the health and well-being of women and girls across Africa, particularly the underserved. I will start this short talk today with a passage from Psalm 90, verse 12. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. I'm not being a preacher today, and I'm not claiming to be any sage of any sort. But I'm going to share some nuggets that we can apply as we commemorate the Day of the Girl Child today. It is very important that we recognize that every day presents a unique opportunity for us to learn, gain fresh perspectives, and become wiser. More so a special day like this, the International Day of the Girl Child. And I'll be speaking to the theme, the girl's vision for the future. That's the theme for the International Day of the Girl Child this year. There are 3 major subjects I'm going to be talking around: complicity, culpability, and responsibility. I'm going to start with a quote by Christopher McDougall. He said, every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must outrun the fastest lion or it will be killed. Every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the slowest gazelle or it will starve. It doesn't matter whether you're the lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you'd better be running. I'm bringing this quote to say emphatically that, like the gazelle, the African girl child is endangered. She's practically being chased down, hunted, maimed, and even killed from day to day. She won't even be let live, let alone dream and live out her vision for the future. The girl child in the African context is not exactly begging to dream. She's rather begging for her very life. Our cry is, let the girl child breathe. On the 14th of April 2024, 276 girls in Chibok town, Borno State, were kidnapped. Today makes it 3,831 days they were kidnapped. 90 of them are still missing till today, 10 years on. On February 19, 2018, at about 5:30 p.m., 110 girls aged 10 to 19 years were kidnapped by the Boko Haram terrorist group from the Government Girls Science and Technical College, Dapachi, in Yobe State. 5 schoolgirls died the same day, and Boko Haram released everyone else in March 2018, except a lone Christian girl, Leah Sharibu, who refused to convert to Islam. She's yet to be returned. May I remind you that these very terrible statistics are on the background of the number of out-of-school girls we have in the country. In a country that 46% of its population are below 15 years, and roughly half of our population are female, a total of 7.6 million girls are out of school. And 3.6 million of them don't even have access to basic education. And before you just dismiss this in nonchalance or in false sympathy, After all, you are not in Chibok, you are not anywhere near Apache, and for your NYC, mom and dad won't allow you to even leave the Southwest. You probably serve in Lagos. But lucky you, you're getting quality university education in one of the best ivory towers around. But may I say, before you sip your wine, let me remind you of the biblical Queen Esther in the luxurious palace of Ahasuerus, the Persian king. Like you, Esther was living in a bubble, immune from the imminent doom, gloom, and precarious reality of her kinsmen, the Jewish nation. She was reticent and probably careless till the heavy words of her uncle Mordecai hit close to home. Mordecai said, and I quote, "Do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone of what Jews will escape. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place, but you and your father's family will perish." The purpose of this talk today is to stir somebody up, not to sit back and relax and just be reluctant, be hesitant in being an advocate for the girl child, because these things, these issues that I've highlighted above are beginning to hit close to home. Esther for a moment forgot who she was. She couldn't take responsibility because for a moment she seemed to have forgotten her identity. Let me not bust your bubble this morning, but I'm saying that you must be stirred up to the reality of who you are, the dangers that lurk around, and rise up to the responsibility. This is not just for the girls in the house. Are there girls in the house this morning? Yeah, thank you. It's for the men in the auditorium. It's for the boys. Because you have sisters, you have daughters, you have aunts, you have friends, you have your mom. Let me tell you the story of Christiana. The internet was awash with the pathetic story of Christiana Doe, a 21-year-old undergraduate of FUNA, who was doing her internship at the University of Lagos. That fateful Sunday, it was raining, and she sought shelter in a friend's shop. That friend turned out to be a doctor and killer, even after a ransom of 350,000 was paid. This was a girl like you, like her, and she was brutally murdered in cold blood. She was seeking shelter, but she ended up the other way. Oluwabamise Toyosi Ayewole was a 21-year-old fashion designer who was abducted while boarding a BRT bus in Lagos at about 7:30 p.m. on the 9th of February 26, 2022. She was alone in the bus. The driver refused to pick any other passenger. The interior was dark. The driver was flirting with her. She smelled the fish. She was sending voice notes on WhatsApp and video recordings to her friends. Soon she became unreachable. Her last message was, "Please pray for me." 9 days later, her lifeless body was discovered naked, dead, near the Kata Bridge, Lagos Island, where she was thrown alive from a moving bus. Statistics shows that 1 in 3 women have been subjected to physical and or sexual violence at least once in their lifetime since age 15. And in 2023 alone, at least 401 girls and women have lost their lives to sexual and gender-based violence. What makes us culpable? Now, this is culpability. Our silence in the face of it all. What makes us culpable? The subtle preference of the boy child over the girl. For example, when your boy comes home and your boy comes second, and you ask, who came first? And he says, Chioma. Won't you say, how will you let a girl lead you? Those are the subtle nuances that set the tone for incidences like this. When the girl child is harassed, who do we blame? Many times it's the girl. Why was she walking at that time of the night? What was she wearing? Why was she alone? What was she looking for? Why was she moving with boys? But are those the real questions we should be asking? Are those justifications for crime? Sometimes we sympathize with the boys who say, the boys of this age are trying. These girls will not let them be. Temptations left, right, and center. Some of these girls are just Jezebels. Well, that might be true in some context. But then the Bible enjoins you to guard your heart with all diligence. It also enjoins you that if any of your eyes cause you to sin, cut it off. So it should never be about the girl. It should be about you, putting yourself on that check. How are we complicit when we absorb the girls, the boys of any responsibility? The focus of what training and upbringing is often on the girl. How does the girl dress? How should she sit? How should she talk? How should the girl laugh? How does she conduct herself? The reason why she must cook, do house chores, so that she could become a responsible wife and mother. But what happens to the boys? Who is taking them through these special classes? Are we grooming responsible women for irresponsible men? Are we teaching our boys? Are we teaching our boys how to treat a woman with respect, not as some toy or work implement? Our boys must be raised better. If you agree with me today, our boys must be raised better. In the context of religious organizations like the church setting we have today, we must put proper context to scriptures. The scriptures say that the man is the head of his wife, not the head of every other woman out there. This superiority complex must be dealt with at the very root. Now to responsibility. Esther 4:14. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. You are in Bowen University, a prestigious university, for such a time as this. Responsibility must stem from a clear sense of identity and understanding of the realities around you. Why were you born? Who are you? What are you here for? Christ Jesus gave that example. Hebrews 10:7. Lo, I come in the volume of books as it is written of me, to do thy will, O God. You're not supposed to live for yourself and yourself alone. You've got a responsibility to society. You're not just an onlooker. You're not born to be a spectator. The vision of the girl child calls every slumbering person to wake up to the plight and reality of the girl child and act. I'm calling you today to use your voice. Don't enable the very system that has held girls back for several years on. Fight and speak for the girl child. Use your energy to engage in courses that promote the health, education, empowerment, and well-being of the girl child, like Gynix Afrika, of course. Spend your resources and be spent on creating access to education, sexual and reproductive services for the girl child. This Friday, October 11, in commemoration of the International Day of the Girl Child, Gynix Afrika will be organizing a boot camp for 1,000 girls in Oboko local government. We have been able to put together personal funds from our team members, family and friends to put this together without any major donors. Why are we doing this without any financial incentive? We believe in that glimmer of hope that we see in the eyes of the girl child. We believe in our potential for national transformation. We believe that the girl child has either not been held back, but she can be free to live out her unique vision. We believe the girl has not just the right to live, but dream and be ambitious. We believe the girl child has the right to smash her goals and rise to any height she so desires. It is that belief that keeps us going despite the difficulties. It is that hope that defines us, that defines me, that shapes my purpose. It's why I'm currently not in my consulting room right now, doing what I know to do best, seeing patients. It's why I'm always on the field, preaching the gospel of health and well-being to all women and girls, that they may be safe. That's who I am. I ask you, today, what have you done for the girl child? What are you doing? What will you do? Above all, who are you? As I close this talk this morning, let me read out the stanza of this great hymn by Horatius Bonar, fading away like the stars of the morning, losing their light in the glorious sun. Those who go past from the earth and the soil, only remembered by what we have done. I ask again, who are you?